Has to be said that the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, literally cited this as one of the highlights of his life. That's right, meeting our late and wonderful monarch, Queen Elizabeth II. And, he's spoken about her very eloquently, always respectfully, and knowing the fact that his mum, his dear mum himself, would have been absolutely delighted at the fact that he got to meet, finally, Her Majesty the Queen. Now, a lot of things were debated at the time about, if you remember, how the President literally walked in front of Her Majesty the Queen and got many different things wrong and all that sort of stuff. And she even made a quip while being interviewed by Sir David Attenborough in the gardens of Buckingham Palace and, sort of told him off, that type of thing, Now, here's where it gets really interesting, because according to a brand new book, apparently our late monarch, really wasn't too keen on President Trump. But what is the true story? Let me explain. Very good to see you today, and as ever, thank you so much for your time. I'm just trying to get some flowers in for you. I know we've got that sign there, but there's two black, can you see these two black cabs you see parked here? I'm in the middle of them. This is the glamour of show business, love. Yes, working literally on the streets. As Donna Summer said, you work hard for the money, right? Really. I mean, it's nice to get out, isn't it? But that's the thing. Get out in the sunshine. Oh, the sun's come out now, you see. Can't see you. Can you see me? Have we had a wave? Sorry, we'll have a quick wave. Nice to see you. Now, it's interesting this, because as I say, the story goes that Her Majesty the Queen, not much time for Mr. Trump, etc. Now, let me tell you about the true facts behind this. Yes, Her Majesty the Queen did tell Mr. Trump off. But in a brand new book by a writer called Craig Brown, he basically says, she didn't really get on with him and she was bemused by the relationship between him and Melania. Now, the Queen was a very upfront person, I can tell you that 100%. And for those that doubt that, she didn't suffer fools gladly at all. And we saw that with the Trump when he was walking in front of her and she literally pushed him to her and said, look, you get over there, sort of thing. She was directed. Seen that before also on the balcony of Buckingham Palace alongside Prince William, when, remember he was bent down talking, I think, to Prince George, and she said, get up, people are looking. She didn't bother about that. She knew it was all about how things looked. Now, what happened was, when he had been told off, by the Queen outside, she literally did have a go at him inside. And this apparently set a fit of giggles off from Melania. He fully apologised and said he should have listened and all of this, He was very, very humble. And, whatever people think, you're biased, Neil, I'm not. I'm telling you what we know, right? Now, here's where it gets really interesting, because Her Majesty the Queen, as I say, told him off and explained, what needed to be done and all that sort of stuff. The reason why Melania giggled was she said, I'm having to do this all the time. And then, as two ladies do, she said, you have my deepest sympathies, that sort of stuff. Now, where does this come from? Well, this comes from a person who was working alongside our late and wonderful monarch for many years. You know the person I'm talking about, and this is directly from them. This particular author has decided to concoct this, one might suggest, as ever we have to say allegedly, simply based on the fact that he has a book to sell. And let's not also forget that this particular individual put out a book regarding Princess Margaret, which a lot of people derided and said it's not at all the personality that she was. He almost made her a bit like a nutter, to be honest. So what I would say to you is, when you see these stories and you think, okay, is this what really went on? Didn't Her Majesty the Queen like Trump? I would say, like a lot of people at her age, she probably treated him as a naughty schoolboy, told him off, but they remained friends and in correspondence, because she was very grateful of the gifts that he sent and the very kind letters. Following the demise, of course, of the Duke of Edinburgh, he was always kind and respectful. She's always had good relationships with the presidents. Not so with every single prime minister, but with the presidents, I have to say that is the case. So while it may sell a few books, the truth is definitely out there. Many people know it, but when you have to flog something, you've got to come up with something, right? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.